And I've never been to Graceland. I like the Paul Simon album of the same name. I'm a sucker for some Ladysmith Black Mambazo. But I've never been to Graceland. Anybody ever been to Graceland?
Nope.
No.
No. All right. And then the Metropolitan Museum of Art in New York, the Art Institute of Chicago. The Phoenix Art Museum is number 4. I assume that's just because it's so goddamn hot, people need a place to go inside and cool off. And then the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame in Cleveland, Ohio. So it's we take it for granted because it's right there. Mm-hmm. It's am I pointing in the right direction? It's right there. It's right there. And so we go, oh, it's right there. But people come from far and sometimes wide to get over there to the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. And so they, I guess a bunch of organizations ranked the best 20 museums in these United States, and the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame was number 5. So is it a jewel of the lakefront? Of course. And they're spending aren't they spending like $100 million to expand it?
I have no idea.
What?
I don't know.
What?
Yeah,
I don't know.
think they are.
Didn't we talk about this a while ago? That there's a big Rock Hall expansion?
Expand it where? Into the lake?
Into the lake, yes.
There's not a lot of places you can go, you know.
And I hope that when this happens, I would love to see them do like a thing where they invite all of the Rock Hall inductees who've gotten in over the years. They say, we'd like as many of you to come as possible. I know who I'd like to see there.
LL Cool J.
Yeah, he's in the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame, LL Cool J. But Graceland, of course, where Elvis Presley lived in Memphis. And they get a lot of people there. It's the most popular museum in the country. And so I've never been to Graceland.
Bigger than Dollywood, huh?
Dollywood's an amusement park.
No, it's a museum.
Oh, really?
Mm-hmm.
I've never been.
No, I've never been either.
Well, I got to tell you, when my brother-in-law got married in Pigeon Forge some years ago, we went to Tennessee for his wedding, and we were fully intending to go to Dollywood because I thought Dollywood was like this little podunk, not little, but I thought it was a thing where you like went and parked and had some fun. It's like $95 for a ticket to Dollywood. And the parking lot, you can't see the other end of it, and it is nuts to butts with cars. So Dollywood is a big deal.
Yes.
Big deal. So we drove by. We're like, oh, we're not. No. We thought we'd like dip in and dip out, and it'd be fun.
Dip in.
Get a shirt. But $95 a pop. No, thanks. Now, it might be worth every red cent. I don't know. Is red cent racist now?
It's blue cent.
Well, that's definitely racist.
Well, depends on how you vote.
But is red cent racist?
I don't even know why that would be racist.
Somebody asked me if there's a lot of things now. You got to be careful. You know what? If you are concerned, I don't think there's anything wrong with being concerned that you're not tripping somebody up. You know, there are a lot of pieces of slang and sayings that have, they have racial, if not racist, racial origins. You know, you're not supposed to say gyp anymore because that's short for gypsy.
Oh.
And when you were a kid, you'd be like, oh, he gypped me on this Pokemon card or whatever. You're not supposed to say that anymore because it's disrespectful to those people. Done and done. That's fine.
So what are you supposed to say? You're supposed to say he gypsied me?
No.
Yes, it's the abbreviation that they have the problem with.
Please use full word with my blessing. No, you're not supposed. Look what happened to that girl in Drag Me to Hell. Listen, you don't want to cross, but
was red cent like a Native American?
That's what I'm asking.
I have no idea.
Somebody asked me the other day. They were like, "Hey, is this racist?" And there's some things that sound like it, but they're not. If you know the history of them. But it's worth taking a deep dive. Now, I realize there are some people, they don't care. They don't have enough time in the day to be, it is tricky. I'm just saying that if those kinds of things, if you want to stay on top of them, it takes a little bit of effort. That's why I always like to use another country's currency. instead of red cent. Say, I'm not going to pay you a single rupee more than X. Neil deGrasse Tyson was on CNN talking about aliens and what the likelihood is. We all saw the video from Mexico.
Mm-mm.
We didn't see the alien corpses that were rolled out in Mexico about a week and a half ago?
Yes, I did.
Yeah.
Saying, these were, I don't know if they said they were dug them up or they fell to Earth. Or...
the red cent has nothing to do with Native Americans.
There you go. Great.
It says that 1 cent pieces are made of copper, which are originally red in color. So new pennies have a red tint to them. So it literally just means it's not worth a penny.
Beautiful.
That's also someone that I feel like hasn't seen a lot of red because new pennies are very, very like shiny, like orange. They're not red.
Yeah.
You say that's red?
No, it says that American coin, the red refers to the fact that they used to be made out of pure copper.
Oh, pure copper. Okay.
That's on like 3 different websites. It's all saying the same thing.
Yeah, they haven't been pure copper in a long time, I don't think. But these Mexican scientists rolled out what they said were mummified alien corpses to the Congress in Mexico. It was very, very strange. I don't know what the point of this was. I don't know because it was clearly fake, but I don't know what the point of it was. And they had a doctor who came out and said, they're real. They're, And of course, Neil deGrasse Tyson, every time you get him on TV, he's like, here's why this is nonsense.
I like what they did in Mexico. They had what they claimed are alien bodies. They brought it out in front of their Congress. That's better than leaving them in a locked box and saying you and no one else can get to see them. So that's a start. But in science, a new truth, an objective truth is only established when multiple labs can analyze whatever your claim is. When we brought rocks back from the moon, we distributed them to all the labs of the world. So everybody participated in that discovery. So here, bring out samples to others and let other people, skeptical people in other labs, test this. They'll either verify it or falsify it, and then we move on.
What was your reaction when you saw the images?
I was surprised because if they're from another planet, why do they look so human? They have 2 eyes, a nose, a mouth, shoulders, hips, femur, a rib. Why? Most life on Earth shares DNA in common with us. It looks nothing like us. Any corpses or mummified remains, there's no bone in your nose. It's an open hole into your skull. These aliens have intact noses, okay? If indeed that is their nose, okay?
That's just what they want you to think. You imagine if they weren't their noses?
What was it?
Like, let's say they were like alien vaginas or something.
Yes.
They're like, these aren't our noses. I don't know why they sound like that.
Russian?
They're alien gypsies, Mary, and we can't call them that anymore. Yes, maybe. I don't know. Alan, we went to Graceland on our honeymoon, and our last name is Presley.
Wow.
What are the odds? That's a
Oh, good for you.
on the nose.
Well, I went to Neverland.
And
No, you didn't.
your name...
Your last isn't Pan?
What?
Peter Pan?
Peter Pan,
What's he
like the
getting
peanut
at?
butter? I don't know what
Neverland
he was doing.
was Michael Jackson's.
Right, but what does that
Yeah.
have to do with...
Cody Brown. Poundcake.
They go, we went to Graceland and our last name is Presley. Of course, it was Elvis Presley's home.
Right.
You say, I went to Neverland. And?
No one understands the connection.
What's the analogy?
Oh, nothing. I just feel like visiting Neverland and going on Michael Jackson's amusement park would be better than going to a lazy little museum.
Yeah, but the whole point is because their last name is Presley. You have no name connection to Neverland in either sense, the Michael Jackson or the Peter Pan.
Blurts out, oh yeah, well, I'm going to Neverland.
Shut up, Poundcake.
I will.
Can Mary post her Big Mac pizza recipe again? I've been dying to try it.
Yes. I actually think I'm
will
going to
kill
make
you.
it tonight.
Oh, yeah?
Maybe. I don't know yet.
What did you do? Why didn't you make it for Brian's birthday?
We went out to eat last night.
He doesn't eat meat.
And but we use fake meat.
Yeah,
We use
gotta
like
use
an
fake meat.
Impossible burger or whatever.
But you know,
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, we went out to dinner last night.
Where'd you guys go?
Tartine in Rocky River.
Love Tartine. We go there all the
pretty good.
time. Yeah,
I've
it's
been
great.
to Tartine. That place is great.
So Brian's a vegetarian, and they have an entire vegan menu, and then he's complicating things because he's like, well, I don't need vegan cheese. I just don't eat meat. So then there's a risotto entree on the vegan side, and he asked if they could make the vegan risotto with regular butter. And everyone was confused.
And I don't want it clarified.
I understand what he's asking because he's like, I don't need vegan butter. I want this risotto, this entree with these ingredients made with the regular butter instead of the vegan butter. And this was an ordeal. The server could not understand what we were saying. And then when he finally acted like he got it, then the server tried to explain it to the chef. And then that was another 5 minutes. And Brian's like, I don't understand why this is so difficult.
There's a lot of French cursing coming
and I'm
from the
like,
back.
Brian, you're making up menu items. It's not.
Is he prone to the substitution on a menu?
Well, he's vegetarian.
No,
so
I understand that.
A lot of the places we go don't really I feel like a lot of places in general might have one vegetarian item.
But this is him not wanting to eat vegan.
He doesn't want to be. He's not vegan. He can still have cream and butter.
No,
and
understood.
dairy.
But he didn't. He could have easily looked at a vegan item and ordered it.
He wanted the risotto.
Right.
But he wanted it with
butter.
regular butter instead of the vegan butter.
And did he get it?
He did. And
Did they
afterwards,
charge extra?
No, he looked at me and he goes, I feel like it shouldn't be this complicated. I was like, you are making this harder than it has to be. Like,
Wasn't there a risotto he
100%.
could get that just was...
They only had it as a side dish on the regular menu,
He's
the
a very-
non-vegan menu.
Good too.
He's a very
That's what I told him.
high maintenance straight guy.
He was telling me how difficult I was
They're
because,
both difficult.
well, he's like, you're so
That's
difficult.
what makes them work.
But he was telling me I was difficult because I was of the way I was eating my own food. I ordered a steak. I like to have a process. I cut up the whole steak because very rarely do I eat the entire steak. I will usually take some home and have it for breakfast the following day.
By the way, just as a quick aside, for
Yes.
people who've never been to Tartine, it's very small.
It's very tiny.
It's very romantic.
It's cute. It's really
people gazing into each other's eyes over the flickering candlelight of your tiny little two-top. These two are going back and forth
Over who's more difficult.
vegan butter and hay.
Yes.
But this is what makes it work.
cute. So he's like, you tell me I'm difficult. Look what you're doing. And I'm like, all I'm doing, he's like, why are you cutting up your steak all the way like a toddler? I'm like, because I like to put it in a box and take it home because cold steak is harder to cut than warm steak. He's like, but now your food's going to get cold. I was like, I'm not the one making up vegan menus that aren't vegan. Like, what are you talking about? But it was very fun. We had a great time. The food was awesome. We had little fake champagne.
I always think, and you said you're making up menu items, and that's what I think about. Like, if I go somewhere, I'm limited to what is on their menu. I'm not a substitute
not.
guy.
Start asking for all multiple dishes to be made together.
That's how I think it should be.
For no increase in price.
Like, why did you come here, sir, if you don't like anything that's on our menu?
Could I get a BLP?
What do you mean you don't have peaches?
But I wouldn't do that. Now, I would go somewhere that took my amazing advice and had a BLP
Well, no, it
on
would
their
be like
menu,
if you saw 3 different items,
Yes.
right? Let's say you see a turkey club.
Yes.
Like, okay, well, that has lettuce and bacon on it. And then you see a dessert that has peaches. And then you were to ask the waiter, hey, can you put this together for me?
I would not do that.
And then when they say,
Right.
well, I don't really know how we could do that. There's not really a way for me to ring that in. And then you would say, this really isn't that difficult. You have all the ingredients. Just make it how I want
he
it.
said that to the server.
No, he said it to me.
Oh, I
After
see.
the server walked away, he was like, I don't understand why this is so difficult. And I was like, because you're trying to do your own thing. We could have just eaten at home. If that's what you wanted, you know?
I love it.
But he
No,
gets,
I respect the kitchen too much.
yeah, he gets annoyed sometimes because he'll ask for things to be made vegetarian or he'll, like, that's it. Which seems like a simple request, but I'm like, it doesn't always work that way.
And the trouble with that order is risotto would be super easy to hide the loogie that will invariably be in it from someone in the kitchen when they're done passing it down the line.
In my video,
It's half hock at that point.
if you go onto my Instagram right now, in my video, I'm taking a video of the food and you hear Brian in the background talk after the whole vegan risotto thing happened. You hear Brian in the background talking about the server and he goes, I don't think he likes me very much. Like in the video, I'm like, yeah, you're being annoying.
You're annoying,
Gee, what gave you that idea, honey? Now let's get out of here before they start whipping French bread at our house.
Would you like the risotto with butter and spit?
Yeah, well, what do you like it with? But it was good. No, it was good.
Oh, good. Oh, I love Tartine, man. It's a great spot. I've got a break here. I'll have those Stavros Halkias tickets for you. He's bringing the Fat Rascal Tour to Playhouse Square next Saturday night, so about a half an hour or so. Those tickets on the way. 35192. Want to send a text for something? You can watch live at AlanCoxShow.com.
It's the Alan Cox Show on 100.